So man, you're obviously a Tennessee fan. So how you feeling about this 25-15 win against Oklahoma?
Man, I'm gonna give you a different perspective. All right. So obviously Tennessee did not have that offensive showing that they should have, right? I think defensively they played a decent game, but from my perspective, and this is my perspective and my perspective on, I, I kind of expected OU to come in with a little more like heavy hitting, right? Like I expected it to be a little bit closer of a game. Um, almost like, and part of it's because of the hype, right? A lot of people are like, "Oh man, this is going to be the greatest game of the season. It's OU first game in the SEC. You got Tennessee. This is a hot team." But I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I didn't feel like OU kind of led up to the expectation I had for them offensively, or and I
I
mean even defensively. Like they had some good stops. They had some solid stops, but I kind of attribute that to Tennessee having a bad game offensively.
I agree with like their offense not being as good as expected. I expected more too, but Jackson Arnold, bro, he just looked like a complete whiff. This was somebody who was in the same recruiting class as Nico and Marviava, by the way. He was the Gatorade
Yeah,
Player of the Year coming out of high school, and I just was really disappointed with how he played. Like, he played really bad, but defensively, like I felt Oklahoma played probably one of the better games that we're going to see them play this year because let's be honest, like their defense came to play with all those turnovers that they had, the favorable field position that you guys got from them, and they only held y'all to like a field goal off those. You feel me? If this is probably like any other
yeah,
team, y'all probably hanging 40-50 on them. Now y'all did have some injuries on the offensive line. Like I forgot that transfer that y'all got from LSU, he wasn't playing in this game. You lost another offensive tackle. So Brent Venables really started getting really aggressive. But a lot of you Tennessee fans were saying that a lot of the stuff y'all were going to be doing in this game, Oklahoma was going to be prepared for because y'all didn't reveal anything in y'all first three games. And I felt like Brent Venables and Oklahoma kind of had the same thing. It kind of felt like Brent Venables was kind of preparing for this game because like they were really aggressive. I kind of saw a little bit of that defense that I saw for Clemson. And for them to only hold y'all to 25 points, despite all the miscues and their offense pretty much doing nothing up until like the last 8 minutes of this game, like you got to give them props because it's not easy to hold the offense like Tennessee to 25 when you think about how fast y'all call the plays and y'all snap the football and the amount of plays that y'all put them on the field for. You feel me? If this is probably any
yeah,
other defense,
yeah.
it's a 30-point loss.
No, I mean I see your point, but I kind of attribute it to more of Tennessee's like. I mean, it's hard to say a piss poor performance when we won, right? Like a win, a dub's a dub, but I don't think I don't think that we saw Tennessee's like true offense tonight. Nico got rocked. There's a play where I think it was what third, fourth quarter where he rolls out to the outside. They show him on the bench, and he keeps like blinking his eyes. I think he got smoked pretty good there. But before that, there's a lot of miscommunication on the line, a lot of miscommunication with the receivers, and I just didn't see Tennessee's true offense tonight. But with that, I'm not going to say it's a bad game played by OU. I think they had a good game, but I also don't. I expected more offensively, especially. Um, and granted, I'm kind of an old head. Like I remember the 03, 04 seasons. Like that always sticks in my mind. Anytime I hear OU, like it's hard to forget that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think this is like a. I think OU is going to come out next week and the following weeks, and it's just going to continue to dog walk teams that they come against. And I'm not saying that I think that you like think OU or Tennessee sucks or that they are a bad team, but I don't think tonight was a good representation of what Tennessee's offense can and should be. I do think, and part of this is because I lost some money on a parlay, but I'm a little pissed off that we didn't get a field goal there on the last drive. But part of that is because they were outcoached. I was outcoached. OU was outcoached. And you have to attribute the win to the win, right? And I think that credit's due where it's credit's due. I don't remember the guy's name that came in, the quarterback for OU, but he had a solid game. I was very impressed with his wheels. I was very impressed with his passing ability. I hope that guy starts here, if not this season, next season. Yes. I hope he gets a starting position sooner rather than later for OU, and I hope he stays with OU because that is your foundation for a great offense. I think you all have a solid defense. I'm talking like OU, like you're an OU fan. Not really sure if you are. But for OU fans out there that are listening right now, I hope that guy starts sooner rather than later. I hope he continues to play like he did tonight because I was pretty dang impressed, without cursing on the stream here. Pretty dang impressed with the showing that he put out while he was in. But I may be wrong. Starting quarterback may turn around and drop some absolute dimes here in the next few weeks. But regardless, my point is, long story short, that the point I'm trying to make is that I really felt like the the Tennessee offense that we saw was not the Tennessee offense that we're going to continue to see in the following weeks. And I don't know that OU is going to be able to play at the same level defensively and expect the same outcome.
Yeah,
I hope they do, you know.
Well, it's like one thing they did have is the fact that, I do believe with y'all not playing a team of this talent, it kind of took y'all by surprise. Well, not really surprised, but it was a little bit of adjustment because let's be honest.
No, I'll straight up say it. It took me by surprise. I'll be honest with you. It took me by surprise. Like, in the fact that in only one way, when I wanted you all offensively to come out and really just put on a show. Defensively, as a Vols fan, I wanted that show to be reciprocated. I wanted a lot better coverage from the secondary. I wanted, D-line, what I felt like did an okay job. And okay is not fair. I thought they did a good job, but I got ADD, so I lost my train of thought. But no, I don't know, man. I hope that Tennessee's offense can pick it up, and I hope that the defense can keep doing what they're doing. I hope
look, the next 2 weeks, you playing Arkansas. You should y'all should handle them. Y'all playing Sunbelt Billy at home. Y'all definitely gonna handle them. But really, to me, y'all got a good win. Oklahoma, I don't think they're gonna be a pushover. They may not be as good as what I thought they would be due to how their offense looked tonight. And it's going to be hard. You see, they played on the road. Well, y'all played on the road. They got the home field advantage. And they do play Texas at home, too. But when they go on the road to play Ole Miss or Missouri, it could be a rude awakening for them. Hell, they could get a rude awakening next week against Auburn. But for y'all, I wanted to see y'all win this game. Yeah,
but can we all agree that all of us from the SEC are tired of Mizzou coming out and being as good as they are? They should not be this good. It's Mizzou.
Yeah, they're over, bro. I agree, bro. Missouri and Florida State were the two teams I felt were the most overrated, and not because I'm hating on them, but too often when you got programs like Mizzou, FSU that have good seasons, when they come out of nowhere, they win 10, 11 games. People think that would translate to consistent success, and they can't maintain that level. But they overlook that. They don't recruit at the level required to sustain having a 10, 11 win season. And Mizzou almost got exposed today. They almost lost to Vanderbilt. It took them 2 OTs, and their schedule is fairly easy, which is why a lot of people got them going into the SEC championship. But they got their time coming when they play y'all. I feel like for y'all, I just wanted to see y'all win this game to show that y'all were legit. Because now, we know that y'all are a playoff team. But now the next question is, are y'all an elite team? And you get to play Alabama at home. You feel me? The last time you played Alabama at home with Bryce Young, you won that game with Hendon Hooker. And you got to play Georgia on the road. This is probably the most vulnerable that we've seen Georgia, because y'all defensive line should do what Georgia's done to y'all these last couple of years, due to the amount of depth that y'all have and the talent that y'all have and the injuries and, you know, the problems that they have up front that got exposed by Kentucky last week. Now, Georgia could play their A game because they are playing at home, but I believe that y'all could be good enough to win the SEC this year. Like, the SEC is the toughest that it's ever been this year. Like, it's about 5-6 teams that could be playoff caliber.